अच्छा 23 मिनट करें 22 मिनट लगेगा. So friend, in the last lecture we were looking for this example and I told you that you can try yourself to solve this example. So here is to find that a random variable having the normal distribution. So normal distribution is there. So you must be clear with that the problem is related with normal probability distribution. Here mu and sigma are given. Find the probability that it will take on a value less than 16.5. In second question between 16.5 and 18.8. And two more questions I will add with this. That greater than 18.8 for between 19.2 and 20.1. So here the solution is very easy. First you must know that this is related with normal probability distribution. So the problem is not difficult. Here you can see that given, what is given to us, that let us see. Mu equal to 18.2 and sigma equal to 1.25. And here what do we want to find out? We want to find out the probability that it will take on a value less than 16.5. So here mu and sigma are given. So this is not the value of z, this is the value of x. So in the first question we are given x equal to 16.5. And we want to find out the probability for capital X less than or equal to small x. That means probability of capital X less than or equal to 16.5. Okay. But here we want to use the table. And therefore we require, and the table is given based on the value of z only. So therefore we will find out z equal to x minus mu over sigma. So what is x here? 16.5. Mu is what? 18.2 divided by sigma. Sigma is 1.25. So if we calculate them, then we will get the value minus 1.36. So this is nothing but equivalent to probability of z less than or equal to minus 1.36. Okay. So now z equal to less than or equal to minus 1.36. So in the table you can go for the negative values here on the first page of the table. That means minus 1.36. So you go for minus 1 here. Minus 1 is here. And then 0.36. So 0.3 is here. Okay. It is what? 0.1515. Okay. Point minus 1.0. Okay. 1.3. Yes, sorry, 1.36 means minus 1.3. Minus 1.3 and then 6. So here we have 0.0869. 0.0869. So this is the probability. And you can do it very easily. Okay. Now for the second one. What is x? We have first x is we want to find out here probability of 16.5 less than or equal to capital X less than or equal to 18.8. Okay. So what will we do? To find out this, first we need to find out the values of z for first for 16.5, and we will denote this as z1 suppose. So 16.5 minus mu is 18.2 divided by sigma 1.25, and z2 we will find out as x2 equal to 18.8 minus 18.2 divided by 1.25. So the values we will obtain for them is, this is the value is minus 1.36 and this is the value is 0.48. So this is nothing but the probability of minus 1.36 less than or equal to z. Now it is z less than or equal to 0.48. So this is nothing but f of 0.48 minus f of minus 1.36. And this kind of example we have already seen previously in the last lecture. So you can use the table to find out these values. and I will write down the final answer, because you can find out from the table for z equal to 0.48 and for for minus 1.36. For minus 1.36 it is already obtained in the first example, so no need to see again the table. Okay, so its final answer is 0.5975. Okay, so this is the answer for the second question. Now we can go in the same way for the third and fourth one. In the third one, the answer is I will write down the value directly answer, because this I want to give you for your self work, 0.3156, and the answer for the fourth one is 0.7238, and this is also very easy to obtain. This is for greater than 18.8. That means in this case just I am giving to you hint z greater than or equal to 18.8. So find out the corresponding value of z. You can find out this value, and correspondingly you can write down that this is z greater than or equal to the value whichever obtained here. You can find out this one. Okay. So have you understood in this example? Okay. So now let us go for another example. You can pause your video and solve the example. Right? Now I will write down another example. The mean weight of 500 students is 126 pound, and the standard deviation is 15 pound, assuming that the weights are normally distributed. So here you can know that this is related with normal distribution. Find how many students weight 103 pound. The weights are recorded to the nearest pound. Recorded to the nearest pound. So now, see, this is also a very simple example, nothing is difficult, and you can get the marks very easily. So in the solution, here we are given? We are given 500 students, that means capital N equal to 500, total number of students, and the mean weight, that means average weight of the students is given, that means we are given the mu 126, and the standard deviation sigma is 15 pound. So we are already given this, and the distribution is normal. So we want to find out the number of students. See now, it is not asked to find out the probability directly, but we are asked to find out number of students. That means among 500 students, how many students will weight 103 pound? But for that we require to find out the normal probability. Because if normal probability is there, then as we have seen in the examples of binomial distribution and Poisson distribution, we were multiplying n by b of x and p like this, that to know the number. So we will multiply this by total number of the students. So we will require to find out the probability. So here x equal to, not z, here x equal to 103. Therefore, Z equal to x minus mu over sigma. So we will find out, because we want to use the probability. So we will find out Z equal to x minus mu over sigma. So from this we can get minus 1.5667. So you can do this part yourself and obtain this value by putting x equal to this one, mu equal to this one, and sigma equal to this one. And therefore, we want to find out the probability. The probability we want to find out here. Here you can see for x equal to 103, this is given. But here we want to find out the exact number of students whose weight is 103 pound. So here we need to discuss this in a different way. That means here we know that the pound weights are recorded to the nearest pound. So we know that 103 lies between 102.5 and 103.5. So actually we cannot find out the value at exact this point Z equal to, because the values in the table, whatever are given is for Z less than or equal to minus 1.5667. Suppose this is if we consider this value. So this is for less than, but not for exactly this equal to. So for we want to find out exactly this equal to, then we will find out the difference of these two. So it will give us approximately the value at 103. So we will find out, actually this value is obtained for x equal to 102.5. Okay, and for x equal to 103.5, we will have z equal to, by using the same formula, we can obtain this value as minus 1.5. Okay, so what do we now have? So we want to find out the probability. That means we want to find out the probability for minus 1025 less than capital X less than 103.5. So 103 lies between these two. So this is nothing but probability of at 102.5, this is minus 1.5667 less than Z less than minus 1.5. So this is nothing but probability of f minus 1.5 minus f of minus 1.5667. By referring to the table, we can find out the value for this one as 0.0668, and for this one we can find out the value 0.0594. Actually, in the example, whenever you will be asked the example in examination, then these two values will be already given here in this way. That means you can use f of minus 1.5 equal to 0.0668 comma this value. You will already be given. So you don't require to refer the table. You will get the value. You can write the values directly from there. So the difference between these two is 0.0074. So this is the probability. So this is the probability, and therefore the number of students whose weights are 103 pound is n into probability. So n is what? 500. And what is the probability? Probability is 0.0074. So what is the multiplication of these two? You will get 3.7. 3.7, that means approximately 4 persons are there whose weights, 4 students are there whose weight is 103 pound. Okay? So you can find this in this way. Okay, after understanding this, one more example let us see. Here we have considered two different values between these two because we wanted to find out the number of students exactly at 103. But now the second and new example is slightly different. A factory produces 1000 bulbs in a day. The bulbs have an average 1000 burning hours with a standard deviation of 200 hours. What number of bulbs, assuming the hours are distributed normally, are expected to burn more than 2400 hours, and the second between 1900 to 2300 hours. Okay, so here you read the question. It is very simple. Actually, solution is simple than this statement of the problem. Here the distribution is normal. It is given directly. Assume that the hours are distributed normally, so the distribution is normal. So now what we want to find out? We want to find out what number of bulbs. Here we again want to find out the number of bulbs which are expected to burn more than 2400 hours. More than, not exactly. In the last example we have seen exactly at 103, but here not exactly, but more than 2400. So here we don't require to consider the two values covering 2400. Okay. So this is here again the values of x have been given. So we are given total 1000 bulbs. So first of all you write down the data. The bulbs have an average. Average light means mu. It is mu. And the standard deviation is sigma. It is 200. Okay. It is 200. So in the first example we are given x equal to 2400. So we can find out z by using x minus mu over sigma. So all the values are there on the board we have. So we have z equal to 2. You can put the values and find out this z equal to 2. So now we find out the probability. Therefore probability for capital X greater than 2400 is nothing but probability of z greater than 2. Z, because we are covering z greater than 2. And now we want to use the table to find out the value of this probability. But we know that the probability table is already given for less than type. So we can convert this in terms of 1 minus probability of z less than 2. So this is what 1 minus probability of z less than 2. For z equal to 2, you can find out from the table the probability 0.9972. So here this difference 1 minus 0.9972 is 0.0228. You can find out this probability. And therefore the probability is there, and we want to find out. This is not to find out only the probability, to find out number of bulbs. Therefore the required number of bulbs, whenever we do, if we want to avoid more bulbs, then instead of this it is better to write down the required number of bulbs. That means those the number of bulbs which are burning for more than 2400 times. So this is n into P. N is what? 1000 into 0.0228. So if we multiply them, then we will get 22.8 or approximately equal to 23, because in whole the bulb is whole, not a part. So approximately 23 bulbs will run more than 2400 times. So in the second question we are given we want to find out the same situation between 1900 and 2300. So we will let x1 equal to 1900 and x2 equal to 2300. So for this we will find out z1 by using x1 minus mu over sigma, and z2 for x2 minus mu over sigma. So we will have Z1 is minus 0.5 and this is 1.5, and therefore we require to find out the probability for 1900 less than capital X less than 2300. And so this is nothing but probability of minus 0.5 less than Z less than 1.5. So this is nothing but f of 1.5 minus f of minus 0.5, and you can find out the probabilities from the table. But otherwise in example you will be given directly all the required values over here. So you can write down them from this. Okay. So and these two values are by using these two values we can have the answer is 0.6247, 0.6247, and therefore the required number of bulbs equal to capital N into P, that means 1000 into 0.6247, and this is nothing but 6247, and this is nothing but 624.7, that means it is approximately equal to 625. So this is the answer. So you can note this solution with yourself and try again yourself to solve this problem. So the problem is very simple. Okay, so you can solve more and more examples from the books, and if you find any difficulty, then you can ask me through the medium of WhatsApp, or whenever you want to you come to college, then you can contact me directly. So this kind of examples you can solve. So all the distributions have been completed now: binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, and normal probability distribution. So if we will have time, then we will see its revision from the next lectures. Till then, we will stop our work. Okay, thank you.